Let's get into it. Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we are plunging into something truly spectacular. We're looking at the V85 jackpot round from Rome. And this isn't just another race day. We're talking about a reported 130 million SEK at stake. That is, I think, the largest trotting jackpot ever seen.
It's a monumental day for the sport, no question. And with a jackpot that huge, it means even if a few of the favorites get home, the overall payout is still going to be massive.
Right. But what makes this deep dive so essential is the conditions.
Oh, the conditions are borderline hostile. That's the only way to describe it.
Hostile is definitely the right word. I mean, the forecast is just grim. We're looking at -14, -16 Celsius.
And that's before the wind chill.
Yeah.
It's going to feel like -21, maybe -24.
That is deep freeze territory.
And that kind of cold, it just fundamentally changes everything about the race. That, plus all the snow they've had.
Yeah.
It guarantees the track is going to be slow. Sticky.
So the sources are all saying mandatory studs, or broad as they call them.
At least on the hind legs, yes. It's a certainty.
So for anyone listening who might not be trackside, why does that one detail matter so much?
Well, think of it like this. Running on a heavy, slow track in that kind of cold is like trying to sprint on a beach in a blizzard. The resistance is just immense.
Okay.
Now you add the studs for grip, but those metal points also change the horse's natural stride. They hinder the movement just a little bit. And that combination means the physical effort is way higher. Lactic acid builds up so much faster.
And that means?
It means stamina and pure toughness become far more important than raw speed. Favorites that rely on a quick burst or an easy trip, they're suddenly very vulnerable in that long Rome home stretch.
That sets the stage perfectly. So our job here is to go through these 8 races, V85-1 to V85-8, and find the consensus picks, the main challengers, and maybe most importantly, those value long shots that can thrive when others are fading in the cold.
Exactly. Let's find them.
We jump straight into V85-1. It's the cold-blooded division, a vault start. I have to imagine with all that snow, getting away cleanly is everything.
It's priority number 1. And the consensus top pick here is number 8, Kringle-Landesack.
Even from the second row.
Even from there. The sources just love his raw capacity, his stamina. He showed so much grit last time holding off a really tough rival. If he gets a clean start, he's the one they all have to beat.
But the horse that really benefits from the start type is number 1, Oswald Jervin.
Of course. Post 1, he is almost guaranteed to get to the lead, the Spets.
And his record from the front is something else.
It's staggering. 7 wins in 8 starts with this driver. It's the classic conflict, capacity versus position. Kringle-Landesack has the bigger engine, but Oswald Jervin has the map.
So if they do battle it out, where do we look for the value?
I think you have to look for the tough ones. The mare, number 2, Naitam Demira, she's exceptionally resilient, often overlooked against the boys, but she's been running so well.
And what about the horses starting way back?
Well, the ones with a 40-meter handicap. Look, that's a huge task on a heavy track. It's like giving someone a head start in ankle-deep mud.
A tough ask.
A very tough ask. But if that front group goes too fast, too early, a horse like number 10, Alm Kevin, with his elite capacity, he suddenly becomes a really interesting long shot.
Okay, moving to V85-2, the Diamond Stewart for the mares. Auto start this time. The focus here seems to be all about post position.
It is. The sources are absolutely fist on number 1, Neftis Boko. Her form is top-notch, but the real key is that she can defend that rail.
6 wins and 8 starts from the lead.
Exactly. If she gets to the front and controls the pace, she is the anchor of this race. Simple as that.
But the sources also flag some potential early pressure from number 3, Urbina Southwind.
She's the main challenger, no doubt. She's fast from the gate, highly seasoned, and she was boxed in with plenty of energy left last time.
So her plan is to challenge for the lead early.
That's her only shot, really. Either she takes the lead or she forces a hot pace, which, could actually set it up for the closers.
And in that scenario, a fast pace, who are the value plays from the back?
You've got to look at number 10, Never Too Young. Her comeback race was fantastic. She was so tough on the outside. And she handles racing with shoes, which is crucial today.
Okay.
Also, keep an eye on number 6, Ultraviolet. A driver change could make a big difference, and she'll love it if the leaders wear each other down.
V85-3, the Class 3 Sprint. 1,640 meters. This should be all about speed, but does the track change that? Does a sprint suddenly feel like a mile?
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
That heavy track means maximum effort from the word go. That lactate risk we talked about, it's even higher here.
And the consensus is pretty split.
Yeah, between two real speedsters. First, you have number 2, Romme January, a very promising 4-year-old.
He showed that incredible recovery after a gallop last time.
He did, which shows you the kind of engine he has. Just elite capacity for this level.
And his main rival
Is number 1, in-your-face CG razor sharp from the start. With this driver, he's very likely to get the lead, and over short distance, that's a massive advantage.
So the sources think the winner comes from one of those two.
Mostly, yes. They mentioned number 5, Crude, but there's a feeling he might be a bit overbet.
Why is that? He's so consistent.
Incredibly consistent, never worse than 4th, but analysts feel he just lacks that top-end explosive speed compared to the other two, especially in the sprint. If they duel too hard, the real spoiler is number 4, Evenepoel. He loves a tough, grinding race. He could pick up the pieces.
All right, this is it. V85-4, the silver and gold division over the long 2,640 meters. This is where the sources, they basically sing in unison. We have an overwhelming favorite, the Speak.
The single anchor bet of the day, and that is number 8, High on Pepper. The confidence is, well, it's near unanimous across every single source.
World-class capacity, loves winter conditions. His last win was just
breathtaking. A 1.12.5 finish over the final mile. Just incredible stuff.
But I have to challenge this. Post 8, that's a tactical nightmare, especially on a heavy track over a long distance. Are the sources just focusing on his class and ignoring the trip?
It's a fair question. But the argument is that his class just transcends the position. The expectation is simple. His driver will be aggressive, move forward, and just use his superior stamina to take control of the race.
So he's just that much better than the rest?
In the gold division, yes. He's racing against horses he should beat, even with a tough trip.
So who is the one potential curveball? The only one?
It has to be number 7, Carrot River. He's from a top stable, he's in fantastic form, and he's a very quick starter.
And his record from the lead is also phenomenal. 8 wins in 9 starts.
That's the one scenario. That's the risk. If Carrot River gets the lead and just refuses to let High on Pepper go by, that's how the favorite gets beat. It's the clear A horse versus the clear B horse.
Okay, now we shift gears completely. V85-5, the Class 2 race. Sources are calling this one wide open, high value. The term they use is spelvenlik.
Right, and when you see that term, it's a signal. It means the betting public might be wrong, and there are horses with a much better chance than their odds suggest.
The leading technical pick seems to be number 7, Leglogen.
He has huge fundamental class. He's just explosive last time, finished with so much energy after being boxed in. Post 7 is tricky, no doubt, but his engine is undeniable.
And then there's number 5, Funny Guy, who might be a bit overbet.
Yeah, he was strong, winning from the death seat, but his odds are a little short. This is where we hunt for real value.
So who is it?
You have to look at number 10, Mr. Reddington. This is a high-class horse for this division. He just had a great comeback run after a long break. He's a very low percentage play, and several experts are screaming his name.
And who's likely to set the pace?
That will be number 3, Profs. He's the quickest from the gate, the likely leader. He's also coming back from a layoff, but should be much improved this time around. If he hangs on, he's dangerous.
On to V85-6, the bronze division, another sprint. And the sources are all predicting one thing here, a hot pace.
That hot pace is the absolute key to this race, and because of it, the consensus actually leans towards number 9, Kathmandu Miras.
From post 9 in a sprint.
It sounds strange, but yes, he won from the death seat last time, so he's tough. And with a blistering pace expected up front, he's in the perfect spot to get a nice trip behind the speed and just pounce on them late.
So who's providing that pace? Who's creating the friction?
It should be a real battle between number 5, Fahrenheit, who is in peak form and is 5 for 5 from the lead, and number 4, Captain Nemo, who is probably the natural leader and loves the shorter distance.
That they go at.
Which is very likely.
Yeah.
It sets the whole thing up for a closer.
And who are the best positioned closers besides Kathmandu Miras?
Well, number 7, Light In, is a great long shot. He's extremely quick and always seems to get stuck with energy in the tank. But a word of caution on number 12, Dominic Jett.
What's the issue?
He's a powerful finisher, no doubt, but the sources all mention his recurring gait issues. He tends to hang the rein, which is a major problem on a tricky, heavy track like this one.
V85-7, Class Hearse. The sources consistently call this the most wide-open race of the day. Some say virtually no one is chanceless.
This is where you need to cast a wide net. The 2 main names getting mentioned are number 9, Steady Countess. Their trainer is very high on her. And number 1, Global Futurity, a fast starter off a strong win.
But there's a question mark on Global Futurity.
There is. Analysts question if he can really hold that rail against determined pressure. If he gets jumped early, this race is just blown wide open for the horses in the back.
So this is a closing race. High capacity, low percentage horses are the prime targets.
Absolutely. Number 10, Rendezvous On, is in great form against tough company. Number 3, Pedal to the Metal. This is the horse that actually beat High on Pepper recently.
Wait, really? He beat him?
He did. And despite that, he's still going to be a pretty good price. It's an incredible dark horse opportunity.
All right, the final race. V85-8, the Stowe division for the mares. A long volt start. The handicaps in the cold make this really tricky.
It's a tough puzzle to end the day. But the consensus favorite benefits from a huge tactical advantage. That's number 9, Twigs Khaleesi.
Explain the advantage.
She has a perfect starting spot, a spring spore from the 20-meter handicap, and critically, a horse on the front line was scratched. That means fewer horses in her way. She's expected to be driven very aggressively for the lead, and from the front, she's incredibly tough.
Who are the strongest challengers?
You look to number 2, Galadriel, who has high capacity, but the sources do mention she can be a bit unstable, which is a big worry on a heavy track. And then there's number 12, Full Speed Forward, just a famously tough mare who grinds and grinds.
We need one last great under-the-radar value pick to close it out.
You have to look at number 3, Akis Gazagaza. She's been racing against the top 4-year-olds. She showed an explosive finish when she was stuck last time. Her capacity is elite for this class, but her betting percentage is going to be tiny.
A perfect high-risk, high-reward closer.
Absolutely. And maybe throw in number 15, Raya Hollerid, another high-capacity mare who always seems to get overlooked.
Okay, so let's synthesize this whole thing, this huge high-risk card.
The bottom line is this. Number 8, High on Pepper, in V85-4, is the only horse that's close to a unanimous anchor bet. But the severe cold, the slow track, the studs, it all elevates the risk massively in the other 7 races.
And that volatility in a jackpot this big means inflated payouts. A winning ticket has to find those high-capacity horses that the public is just ignoring.
Exactly.
We're talking about those underbet closers and grinders. Horses like number 10, Mr. Reddington in V85-5. Number 3, Akis Gazagaza in the last race. And number 3, Pedal to the Metal in V85-7.
The core insight from all the sources is that when conditions get this grim, pure stamina and toughness will beat pure speed almost every time. Capacity over a favorable trip. That's the message.
So, a final thought for you to chew on. Given this absolute deep freeze weather feeling like -24 with the wind chill, how might the studs and the slow track fundamentally shift everything? Specifically, think about those back vault horses in the first and last races. If the first 20 meters are twice as slow as normal because of the deep snow, does that almost completely neutralize the head start for the horses on the front line? Could that actually benefit those tougher, more experienced horses from the back even more than the sources are predicting? That's the key variable you need to reevaluate before the races begin.